Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our presentation on physical geography analyzation of food in regions. I'll be your host today, Leighton Firestone, and my co-host,
Maria Francia.
the Problem Child. Now, let's keep it going. All right, let's talk about developed foods. We'll start off with the homeland, Texas. Now, we primarily do barbecue. In fact, it's even world renowned. You can find it in many different cultures now. But we specialized in beef based barbecues, everything from brisket, cow tongue, ribs, and everything pulled in between that. Now, we also have a modification, traditionally Mexican food. We call that Tex Mex, where essentially we got the different ingrained cultures and all those things like that, along with an increased amount of cheese supplied by our dairy farmers, and added that into traditional Mexican food. Now, if you want to get a little more out there, we also have large supplies of deer and bison. A lot of the farming we do causes deer to come in, and that became a statement of Mexican food, tradition of Texas food. That's her part. Now, we also, if you want to get a little more Western, we had lots of rabbits and snakes. While they weren't the biggest animals, they had high amounts of protein, and you could find them in even the most desolate places. So they also became a well-known part of Texas food.
Okay, so it's my part. So we have crafted Mexican drinks. Many of y'all know the margarita, which is very famous here in the United States, or anytime you go like on a cruise for vacation, something tropical, something fun to drink along with mezcal and tequila. We have gourmet tacos. So we range anywhere from octopus to cow tongue to the classic carnitas or barbacoa, carne asada, como however you like. We have tamales, which are very popular throughout the holidays, enchiladas, and chilaquiles.
Now let's talk about the culture behind the food. There's a reason Texas is known for smoking meats, and funnily enough, it's actually from German immigrants. For a long time, they were known for their butcher shops. And one of the ways they use preserved meats from day to day would be to smoke it. And while Germans traditionally had more pigs and goats and things like that, when they came here with large supplies of cow and bison and deer, smoking that meat gave it a whole new flavor, and it became very popular very quickly. Because while they used to just sell it as is, once they realized they had to start smoking it, they tried selling it that way too, and it got very popular. Then after that, instead of just having butcher shops, they opened up to then doing full style restaurants. What really made Texas barbecue, though, famous around the world is we didn't just have, smoked meats. We had all the amazing seasonings and flavors brought to us by our origins of being part of Mexico and the large cultural exchange going on between those two bodies. So in turn, we didn't just have meat that was cooked great, it was also added with the best rubs and sauces you could ever imagine. Now, we also got that cultural exchange and brought that forward with Mexican food, which is where Tex-Mex was born, right? That mass innovation made between crossing so many different foreign cultures. Now, that paired with another pairing you can do with that, instead of just barbecued meats, well, also that's where you got cornbread, that's where you got other traditionally Texas foods, gravies was made a similar way, and all those great things were caused by a massive cultural exchange.
Okay, for Mexico we have Mexican cuisines, or a mix of Spanish food and Indian food. Actually, Indians love spicy food, and if you know any Mexican in your life, I bet they do too. We have three main ingredients that are used in almost every Mexican dish, which is either corn, beans, or chiles. Once again, referencing back to spicy food. Many of the ingredients that are used are locally grown, anywhere from the person's front yard all the way to out of town fields, and recipes are passed down from generation to generation. A lot of recipes are cherished within the family. So if it gets passed down, it means they trust you. And in different parts of Mexico, different regions, people offering you food can mean anything from they want peace to they respect you and they honor you and they value your opinion on what they cook. So it does have a great impact and a whole meaning to families when they share their food with you, when they pass down recipes for future generations.
Now, let's go on to place, right? Texas is the second biggest state in America and the biggest one we actually care about. Now, going forward, it also supports a population of roughly 30 million. Some will say 29, but we don't like their opinions. Now, going forward with that, Texas was born in battle when it separated from Mexico. It's also the only state that has the right to recede from America, along with the only one that has its own pledge. I'll even pair that with the only one that's flag can fly with equal height to the American flag.
With Mexico, as you know, it is quite a big country. It used to be bigger until Texas decided to leave us. But going with that, Mexico is 761,600 square miles of land with almost 3,000 little towns here and there. There are only 10 places with the best positive outcomes when it comes to growing food. Sonora, Ciudad de Juarez, Jalisco, and Chihuahua are the most popular places to grow corn, referencing back to how corn is used in almost every Mexican dish, along with Sonora, Bajío, and Lengua de Regiones, which are mostly known for coffee, broccoli, and papayas. And if your family is anything like most Mexican families, papayas, mangoes, and all those amazing tropical fruits are the ones that are mostly at the center of the table. So just a little fun fact there. They're all from Bajío, basically.
Now let's move forward to location. Right, Texas is, surprise, surprise, in North America. I know, real fun fact there. Intriguing. Now, it's also bordering Mexico, which we then took from them. Now, which also, though, causes it to share many similarities in climate, except somehow we still do it better. Now, unfortunately, certain part of Texas, we even take their culture. But like I said, we make it better. Now, the center of Texas is located at a latitude of 31.8 and a longitude of negative 94.18. So that's about like there. Yeah.
Okay. Mexico. Most believe it to just be known as Mexico, but it's actually known as the United Mexican States, sharing that with the United States of America. It is commonly known as Mexico. Mexico is a federal republic in North America, so that means we do share a lot of the same climate, same culture, food with Texas because they're so close to us. Mexico is located at 23 degrees north and 102 degrees west, which means it's somewhere over there. In the southern portion of North America, from its farthest land points, Mexico is a little bit over 3,200 kilometers, other known as 2,000 miles in length.
We measure in American here.
So 2,000 miles in length.
Now, let's talk about region. We're staying on fun topics today. All right, the well-known regions of Texas are North Texas, and other ones like East Texas, West Texas, South Texas, and Central Texas. It's like the sides, right? Now, we also have a little more fun ones, the Gulf Coastal Plains, which is like beaches, which is really nice. Now, we also have interior lowlands and the Great Plains, which are honestly one of the big reasons it was so easy to develop here. Large areas of flat land made it easy for cattle to move in, along with settlers building there. Now, and then we have the Range Province, which is another good area for construction and things like that.
So in Mexico, it can be divided into 9 major graphic regions: the Baja California, the Pacific Coastal Lowlands, the Mexican Plateau, and Sierra Madre Oriental. So if you are like any person that likes to travel, Cancun, all those beautiful places, Tijuana are all there around the beach area, just so beautiful. Something Texas just sadly does not have. And we have the Sierra Madre Occidental, the Cordillera Ni Volcania, and the Gulf Coastal Plain, the Southern Highlands, and the Yucatan Peninsula, which this is more like for the growing regions, for the main cities like León, Monterrey, if you want to go hiking, like, or climb pyramids. We have pyramids in Mexico for you to climb. Something, once again, Texas just does not have.
America has the Bass Pro Pyramid.
Believe that Mexico falls under the South and Central American region, but it actually does fall under the Latin American region. So that is why we are mostly referenced to Latino countries as well.
Bass Pro Shop Pyramid.
But yeah, would you like to move on to movement?
I like to move you but over there.
Oh, really?
Now, movement. Let's keep it running. Texas, we'll start the movement of Texas, at least in ownership. Now, other than the natives, Spanish settlers were the first people to arrive here from Europe. Those are the first Europeans to ever get here. Now, let's talk about when it comes to actual ownership, though. Ownership got moved over to Mexico. They claimed it first, and then they messed things up. So then they had to fight for independence, which then caused Texans to be made. The reason there was so much divide